We got an interesting day today. Uh, we're off for the summer at the PV board, but they have their morning Tuesday meeting. And Sultan, don't just start jumping in your car to go over to that meeting now.
No, I was surprised we were having a meeting.
Oh, yeah, so I know that traditionally we've always skipped one meeting a month for the PV board meeting, but hey, we want to keep things consistent, so we're gonna continue. We're gonna do this every week. So I know there was some confusion. People were calling me. A lot of people were calling me and texting me and asking if there was a meeting today. But I'm glad you guys are here. So glad that you guys are here.
The
That's-
cops are over there, good people are here.
I was there. I was there.
Well, Dustin was at both. Yeah, he just raced over.
Stop the cops.
Said there was some.
Yes. So glad that you guys are here. So there are some more empty seats today. There's some more empty seats today, but it's okay. I'm glad that you guys are here. And you know what? We're gonna get started with what we always like to get started with. We're gonna get started with some wins. What do you guys got? So what we like to do is start off every meeting with something business-wise. I got an appointment. I went under contract. I closed a deal. I went through something difficult, but we negotiated something, or even personal. Something personal. My son had a strikeout last weekend. He struck out though, but batting. But he pitched a strikeout, so that was good. Something personal. Who can start off our meeting with a good win? Who's got a win for me? Yes, Maureen.
You mentioned son, I have a 34-year-old, and he called and said, I miss you and let's spend some time together tonight. So I really was excited that he missed me and he'd like to connect and spend some time. So that was great.
That is beautiful. What do you guys want to do?
Now we'll all just cook dinner. We'll have dinner at home and just to connect.
I love that. That's
And
cute.
swimming, jacuzzi.
Yeah. Love that. I'll be over. Just let me know.
And pickleball, there's pickleball.
Oh, there you go. Now you got me. Good. Anybody else? Who else has a win for me, business wise, personal wise, anything to lift our spirits that you can share?
I can share
Hold on.
that my open house this past weekend was kind of jam packed, I would say. So buyers are getting back at looking at things and talking, and yeah, there's way more interest, I feel. I don't know if that's the Fed decision or something else, but yeah, it was way more active than it used to be.
How is that open house engagement, Kevin? Is it helpful to you?
It's really, yeah.
Okay, I want to hear about that.
Yes.
Dustin, what is
Reach out to Dustin.
what is he talking about here? Dustin, what are you talking about?
So whenever you're doing an open house, if you let me know before Thursday at 12 o'clock, then I'll put together, the traditional thing that you're accustomed to, which is an open house flyer with a property description and pictures of the home. Even though it's not your listing, it's your open house, so it's listed, co-branded with your information. The backside is what we call a conversation starter. And it has 3 different loan options to consider. Not to say that that's the only 3 loan options that would qualify for that property, right? But it's just meant to cast a wide net to start a conversation with folks about cash flow and what a monthly payment might look like. And then it also goes over the cost of waiting analysis from 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years. So for those that say that I want to wait and see what happens, this just shows them, as opposed to your personal opinion, in true math, even with rates coming down, how much wealth they could potentially lose by not making a move now, no pun intended, right? And then it talks about appreciation specific to that house, so historical appreciation as well as forecasted appreciation for the next 5 years. So that's one attachment of 5, so we'll just leave that as a teaser. And if you want to know about the others, then reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you at any time.
Good, love that, Dustin.
Yeah, by the way, the monthly payment and the appreciation is something that I use a lot, so
Yeah.
I mean. Not always hand it over, but at least.
No, just show it.
Yeah.
He's referring to the appreciation chart, so if someone puts down 10%, for example, and they're in the house for 7 years, it'll tell the client, you're gonna get 872% return on your money in 7 years from the appreciation forecasted for that house. But you get to live in the asset, and it's just great when people can see it, because it triggers them, as opposed to telling them.
Yeah, and then what I would just say, if you just hand that over to people, they will not have a single clue what that is. So, yeah, you gotta go over that and explain to them what those numbers are.
Some always helps to have somebody to have a conversation over. That's it. Good. Anybody else? Any good wins for us out here? Any good wins? Yes, Betty.
Well, I'm still hurting on my first pickleball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna.
but I would be on the hot pack. but I got your text of my client of 3 appointments.
Awesome.
I don't know, I can't keep up with it, but anyway, I'm meeting, 3 different people this week.
Good, and you know, what we always believe is appointments are the best metric for your business, how many appointments you're going on every single week. I've done this number, or this, I guess, reverse engineering just so many times that I've found this. And of course, it depends on your price point, it depends on the market, but if you can schedule 2 appointments a week. Brand new appointments, doesn't matter buyer or seller, it's about 2 appointments a week. With a brand new for a brand new consultation, you're gonna hit about $250,000 to $275,000 in GCI. That's on
So,
average.
Betty can't keep up with those appointments?
You're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a pointer.
Awesome, awesome. Alright. Good, thank you guys for sharing those wins. Our sponsor, we have Maria Diamond from Financial Fitness. She's gonna come up here, she's gonna share a few words with us, so let's welcome her, let's give her a hand.
I didn't know it was coming up. Thank you.
Take your time,
Like a blazer.
Thank
take
you.
your time, and then you can even have this microphone. It's a
Oh, I
small,
need
but
it.
it helps. Alright,
Do I need it? Can you hear me?
well, we
better?
also, especially for people on Zoom, that they can hear you better.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
Okay.
where's the Zoom people?
It's just
Where-
the camera, you can,
Wow,
yeah, you don't
that's-
have to be that close, yeah.
Do I have to
Go
hold
for it, go for it.
to start talking? Anyway, I have to say, I love your office. I walked in here, I was jamming to the music. I've spoken to a lot of offices. You're the only one I've heard with the music, so it's very uplifting. Thank you. But anyway, my name is Maria. We have everyone, thanks to Tamara, she passed out a little bio that you have on your desk. I'll try to keep this brief. So I've spoken from 5 minutes to an hour, so I'll make it quick. So why is my company called Financial Fitness? Well, my first career when I was 19, and I'm 21 now, I started in the health club business. I ran gyms for, I guess, 12 years, and I loved it. It's a young person's business. And I did it for about 5 minutes, and my manager said, you'd be good in sales. Go in there and sell a membership. And I said, my knees were knocking. I don't know how to sell. Remember the days of Bally's? That was me. I ran the gyms. Yeah, you remember, yeah.
Your membership unless you die.
Yeah, I know.
I-
But you know what? I loved everyone that came in. I trained them. I love that industry. But it taught me good business skills and sales and so on. And why am I working with realtors? I love realtors because I am one. I'm a broker. I sold new homes for builders for 10 years. I know I sound ancient by now, but I've had the privilege of having 3 careers. This is my last one, I hope. But I loved selling new homes and I love working with realtors and entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs because we don't have 401ks. When I became independent after working with the builders, I said, what am I going to contribute to? Oh, I have to pay my own taxes. What? I have to buy my own insurance. And then I said, wow, it's wonderful to be an entrepreneur. And we have so many wonderful opportunities, but it's also scary, right? You're responsible for everything. And nobody tells you all that until you are in it. So my goal is to help people and to move forward. And that's one of the main reasons I like working with you guys. So I usually do scratchers, but we're going to have more fun this morning. I brought 2 of my books. I wrote a book called Financial Fitness. Surprise, surprise.
Awesome.
And at the end of each chapter, I have a physical fitness tip. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. So it's just for fun. But it summarizes, it's just 10 small chapters of all the conversations I remember having with my clients. What keeps them up at night? What are they worried about? Why can't they sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning and so on? And I think it all boils down to everyone. We're all pretty much the same. We're all concerned about the same things, right? So what does retirement look like? It looks like a weekend every day, right? We want to have fun and spend money. Okay, but when we retire, now we have 7 days to do that. So how do we do that? Well, we have to plan a little better, right? So here's a couple of questions I'm going to throw at you, and please raise your hand. I only have 2 books, and then they're autographed by me. And you'll get one if you have the answer. So, first question. do you know, and this, I'm talking about just regular IRAs, 401ks, what is the maximum you could put away each year? What does Uncle Sam say about how much money you're allowed to save? Pre-tax dollars, not Roth, I know all those, just basic. Anybody? You could just throw a number out there, yes.
Danny.
14,000?
A little more.
50.
Oh, that's nice. I like 50, but no, it's not 50.
So that's with the other thing. It's like 15 or 16, right?
That's closer.
20.
Who said that? Who
I
said
just
that?
threw it
Oh,
down.
you said- Okay, I'll just tell you, you know, I know, it's interesting that we don't know. It's 23,500, and this is an IRS rule. That's the maximum you could put away pre-tax, just regular IRA, since you got the closest you.
Oh.
Next question, when is the earliest that you could take that money out? Remember, when you have pre-tax dollars that you're saving, when you take it out, you start paying taxes, right? What is the soonest you could take money out of your IRA without being penalized? Yes, you have to pay the taxes. What is the soonest? Let's say you have amassed $200,000. Yes,
65?
no, no, these are social security answers. Yeah,
It's either 70 or 72.
that's the maximum, that's my, who said 59 and a half? Yes, that's.
It's a math.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm getting-
so what I have found in doing these talks, which I love doing, we don't know the answers to these questions. I have a finance degree. Guess what? I learned about economics and accounting, and I loved it. I loved business, right? But I didn't learn the basics. So when I got out of school, I'm like, oh, huh. And anyway, that's part of it. The other part is being independent. So that is why I'm here today. Is my time up yet, Richard? I'm okay? Okay, good. So I love interacting. I hear myself all the time, and I know the story. Do you guys have something to offer or ask? Feel free. You're very quiet. Nothing?
Well, what if you're in that age group and you haven't done as well as you should have done? What would you recommend as far as speeding up your ability to retire?
Yeah, I know. I like my friend says, I'm gonna work at Home Depot. No, don't work at Home Depot.
No,
Be a realtor. You know, it's never too late to start. I always answer that way. It's never too early, and I tell my kids that, and it's never too late. So what's too late? I think we're all working more and more, you know, life is getting more, right, more and more expensive. And because we're living longer and the government is realizing, you know, you used to have to take your money out of your IRA by 70 and a half. That was the earliest, and then it became 72. Now it's 73. I hope they change it to 80. You know why? Because they want their part, they want their taxes, right? But you know, I think a lot of my clients, and by the way, over the years, my clients started asking me about Medicare. I'm like, Medicare? Do I look like a Medicare agent? Well, guess what? I'm a Medicare agent now. Because I kept sending them away to other people. I said, well, it can't be rocket science. Well, it is. Medicare is rocket. It seemed that way for the first 2 years. And people are always confused when it comes to Medicare. But as far as working, even putting a little money away is a good idea. And there's places to put it, pre-tax dollars, after-tax dollars. And what I'm offering you today, you have my flyer there, my email, my phone. You could text me or email me, and you can have a 30-minute consultation, no charge to you. And I can answer all your personal questions. Fair enough?
yeah, that's great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, we got,
Thank you.
let's give her a hand. We got her all of her contact information up there, phone number, email address. Thank you so much, and thank you for the.
Thank you for the
call, too. Thank you.
opportunity too. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, it's so important, and that's what I love about this company with Keller Williams. Have you guys heard of KW Wealth? Yeah, last week we had a great session at the South Bay location, put on, sponsored by KW Wealth. They talked a lot about life insurance and also investments. So we're always making sure that we are a brokerage, not just here to help you, you know, to sell homes, bring home some money, but we want to help you guys to make sure you build wealth for your people, for your family. All right, new listings. We're gonna go over some new listings here. Here's a nice little one. Patricia Blake Moore. 212, The Strand in Hermosa Beach. 4 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 4,399 square feet, listed at $9,275,000. If you have a buyer or if you wanna buy it, talk to Patricia, great new agent that just joined us a couple months ago. Stephen Hall, we have 6790 Valen Drive in Palos, Verdes, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 2980 square feet, listed at $2 million. Steven, do you wanna pitch it or anything that you wanna add to this one?
Yeah, we just put the property on market last Thursday. And so far, we have received 10 offers. And so it's going to be sold a couple $100,000 asking price. We have a broker open house today, 11 to 1, so you guys want to stop by, please do that.
We had a lot of people visit.
We had over 100 people show up.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
I saw that, that was crazy. That was really cool. So yes, Zoltan, to answer your question, things are changing. Things are changing too, yes, awesome. Alright, so and broker preview today, right?
Yes.
Okay, so broker preview today, what time? 11 to
1.
1 o'clock. Remember guys, if you guys wanna go check that out. Maggie's got one in Long Beach, 5210 Pacific Avenue, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 762 square feet at $699,999. Is Maggie, is she on Zoom? She might not be on Zoom, so that's okay, alright. Laura's got one, it's a income property. Duplex, so it's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and the second one, 1,869 square feet in Long Beach, 889, I mean, these days in Southern California, especially coastal wise, under $900,000 for a duplex, not so bad, so if you wanna get rent rolls or more information on that, reach out to Laura. Josh and Betty's got a lease at $5,300 a month on 5305 Carmelin Street in Torrance, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,542 square feet. Betty's or Betty, anything that you wanna add or talk about on this one?
It's a beautiful property, if you have people looking for a school district, West High. It's totally worth showing.
Okay, great, good school district, everything, I mean, you guys know Torrance living. Was always good. Closings. We got Rubina closed on the $962,000 home in Torrance, 1316 El Prado. Congratulations, Rubina. Rubina closed another one. Let's give a hand to Rubina, by the way. Not two, 625,000 in Torrance. Suddenly closed 850,000 in Torrance. Let's give Suddenly a hand. Erica closed a lease at $3,500 a month. Let's give Erica a hand and Carson. And we have a total sales volume this week of $2.437 million, and this is just in the last 7 days. So great job, everybody, on that. Needs and wants. So this is a time that you guys can share anything that you're looking for. It's great because we also have people on Zoom. So shout it out. What are you guys looking for as far as buyer needs? Seller needs, maybe sellers are looking for something to buy, or if you have a pocket or coming soon listings, anybody have anything to share, needs or wants or upcoming listings? Yes, Maureen.
Well, I have that, 12 Martingale is not on the MLS. They're having a little issue of getting rid of some stuff, but it is a fixer. If you have a client, it's 3 bedroom, 2 bath, over half an acre, it's horse property, unimproved barn, lots of chickens. Exotic chickens, they're gorgeous. And yeah, 1550. And so I would recommend, I can show it before it goes on the MLS. I don't know how we work that, but I can show it.
Awesome, thank you. Anybody else? Yes, Angelia.
I mean, one buyer looking for a fix on 1.5, so that's perfect, so I'll talk to you after, and then I have another buyer looking for a lot, around 1.52, specifically Palos Verdes, but they're also looking general South Bay, but they're looking for Palos Verdes area.
Awesome, I need a connection here too. By the way, the best thing that you can sell in this business is to sell a lot to somebody. You should always tell people, I sold a lot. I sold a lot. Yeah, it's always good to say. All right, good. Anybody else? Any other needs and wants or any upcoming listings?
Richard, are you a dad button?
Okay, definitely. I mean, through and through. I've got a lot of those jokes, by the way.
I've talked about this before, it's in, Manhattan Beach. It's, we had a heart-to-heart talk the other day, and I found out exactly what her issue is. She feels realtors take away from her equity, and I explained to her how I'm gonna add to her equity. And it was just really a great conversation because it took a long time for me to really find out what her real issue was. So we're going to, I mean, unless she changes her mind again, but we're going to, it's a 2-story, it's on 19th Street. It's 2-story, 5-bedroom, 5-bath. It has 2 kitchens, it has an elevator. It's 4,210 square feet. And it's in the, what's it called, the Manhattan Beach Hill section, or Liberty, well, it's 146. So, it will be 3,999, and it has a 2-bedroom, 2-bath guest house. The lot is like 6,400 square feet, almost 7,000 actually square feet. People that go to that, it's near Pollywog Park, so people that go to that area are looking for land. And her land is mainly from the 2-bedroom, 2-bath guest house. But it gave at least, I think it was 7,500 in income. Now the daughter lives there, but it's a great place. It's a corner lot and yeah, so if you have somebody, I can, show it. I have a pocket listing. I just don't have, she's just having a hard time putting on the MLS. Reasons for it, so she's very private. Anyway, so if you have somebody, please see me.
Good, thank you for that. Anybody else? Anybody else? I'll share 2, can I share 2? So may have one in Los Angeles, Highland Park. It's been used as an Airbnb, pretty consistent income. 2-bedroom, 2-bath with the finished base underneath, and it's just in like in a real hip area. So it's been doing really well as an Airbnb. We just took photos a couple days ago. Probably gonna sell for about 1.4 million. If that's Highland Park for you, right? 1.4 million. And then one in Tustin, and it's one of those things, sold them a property in 2017, $820,000, a condo in Tustin. Right now we're looking at a value of about 1.3 million. So isn't that great? Yeah, so they're very happy and they're looking at selling because it's a growing family. And one thing we were talking about yesterday too, even in our, we had a session with some of the agents. I mean, how many of you guys are familiar with the 5 Ds of real estate? The 5 Ds. Yes, Wendy, 5 Ds. What does it all really come down to? Yes. Life events. We have
Diverse.
That means a client just had a baby, had multiple babies. Now they need a place to move. They need more space. What else? Diamonds. They just got engaged or they just got married. Now they're looking for a new home to buy together.
Divorce.
It's the opposite. It's like, didn't work out. You go this way, I go this way.
This is my first time.
What else?
But other people answer.
Downsize. Empty nesters. Now it's like, hey, all our kids are out of the house. I'm out of here. We're gonna go. So, we just need a smaller home, or we're gonna just rent out our family. We don't need a 4-bedroom house anymore. So what do? We said diamonds,
The last one.
diapers, a divorce,
Yeah.
downsize, and then there's death. Probates or whatever it is, or now the kids are handling the property, and so we have sales like that. And here's the reality of it. I have found, and I think a lot of agents will agree, that actually sellers are not selling a whole lot because of interest rates or because of even financial benefit. They're not sitting on the couch one day thinking, you know what, my home has appreciated so much over the years, let's sell it. It's usually a life event that really sparks that conversation or sparks that thought. It's a life event. Sellers are, and the opposite side of that, you're thinking, well, sellers, why would they sell now? They have a 2.8% interest rate. They're not gonna sell and let go of that. I mean, are sellers still selling, knowing that they're gonna have to buy something else at a possible higher interest rate? Yes, all the time. Because there's a life event that's stronger, and the motivation of getting another home is stronger than the interest rate that they've had. And if the numbers make sense, then they make the move. So keep that in mind. So what I always like to do is this. I always like to look through social media because it's one of the biggest ways that people are announcing life events. I mean, if it weren't for announcing life events, what is social media good for? People are talking about, hey, so happy, here's our baby shower, we've got a, or please welcome to the world, Richard Chung Jr., whatever it is. So now I'm looking for opportunities like this. And sending them DMs, sending little gifts. So one of the things that one of my favorite hacks is this. How many guys have heard of DoorDash? You guys have heard of Did you know that you can send somebody a DoorDash gift card? And just for those that don't know DoorDash, it's an app. They go on there, you can order, pretty much every restaurant is on DoorDash now or Grubhub. They go on there and they order food for delivery. Did you know that all you need is that person's phone number to send them a gift card? So if someone just had a baby and they're not, able to have a home cooked meal or even go out and get takeout. What if you were to send them, hey, congratulations on the baby. Here's a $50 DoorDash gift card. I mean, what would that great touch look like? And then now they're thinking, great, by the way, a few weeks later, we actually do need more space, or they're already thinking that. And you're just reminding them that you are a real estate agent because I believe buyers and sellers have terrible memories. Your SOI, they all have terrible memories. They will forget that you're in real estate, that you're able to help them. So those kinds of touches are incredibly, incredibly great. That's my tangent. And now, how many of you guys saw the video that we posted on Friday? Was it last Friday with Dustin? You guys saw it? We posted it on our social media. It was a great video, great interview that we had because a lot of things changed last week, didn't they?
They did.
Come on up, Dustin. Come on up.
Question was, where did I get my black eye from?
And it looks a lot better now.
Thank
Looks
you
a
very
lot
much.
better.
Anyone want to take a guess? What's going on in this room today?
How did he get this built now? He fought with an underwriter.
I did. I fought with an underwriter, get it clear to close.
Close.
Actually, when I first started in the business, I used to wear a motorcycle helmet if I had to walk into my underwriter's office because she had a temper at the end of the month. As a joke, of course.
No.
But no, I got it from an 82-pound Labradoodle, so he's a very excited dog.
Wow.
Second one in 2 years. Yeah, but it's going away quickly, and I'm thankful for that. So what we had talked about on the video on Friday was the most popular news of the week or the month, which is the federal funds rate and how it is decreased by 0.25%, and everyone's just like super excited and jazzed because that means interest rates came down by 0.25%, right?
No.
Wrong. Yeah, I totally guided you. Right. So the best way to articulate it, if you didn't get the chance to watch the video, is that the feds are always looking in the rear view mirror at data, right? So in the data that they're looking at is 40 years old in the way that they calculate it. You guys would be blown away at how they come to some of these matrices and decide whether or not the economy is improving or deteriorating, right? But the point being, without getting into the specifics and the politics, is again that they're looking at stuff that's already happened. The bond market, which is what 30-year fixed mortgages are tied to, is looking forward. So instead of looking out of the rearview mirror, they're looking out of the windshields. They're looking in the future. So it is true that Jerome Powell decreased the federal funds rate by 0.25%, but it wasn't just him. It was almost unanimous. There was only one person who voted against it, or two. Someone wanted a 1.5 drop. Crazy. Well, they were just appointed, so I think he's just trying to prove himself in front of Trump. Yeah, and the other one actually wanted a hike. which is also just laughable. At any rate,
It's Bernie and Trump.
exactly. So we decreased by 0.25%, and the reason for it is simply that there's been a slowdown in the job market. Remember that the Fed has two mandates: jobs, maximum employment, and then curbing inflation or keeping it as close to 2% as possible, right? And so with the jobs report, we had 22,000 job gain during the month of August, and the expectation was 75,000, which doesn't seem like a big deal, right? Right, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's not that big of a spread. What is more alarming is that for the previous 90 days, there's been an average of 28,000 jobs per month. But for the previous 90 days before that, it was 196,000 jobs per month. And on top of that, once a year, there's a correction to the misreporting from the months prior in jobs, and they dropped 1 million jobs. Meaning that over 12-month span, 1 million jobs didn't exist that they reported were created. So that's kind of alarming for the Fed, so much so that they're abandoning the second mandate, which is targeting 2% inflation. Does that make sense for everyone? Okay, so the bond market didn't like that, right? Inflation is the arch enemy to interest rates. So there is an immediate awesome, like reprieve, great thing for people that have home equity lines of credit, those that are purchasing cars, credit card debt, corporate debt, that's meant to stimulate the economy immediately. But when it comes to long-term money, like a 30-year, 15-year, 20-year fixed mortgage, interest rates actually went up on the news because instead of just saying, hey, we dropped rates by quarter, they got to have a narrative for it, right? They got to explain themselves. And he was a little hawkish about it in the sense that they, may drop 2 more times before the end of the year. So the market is coiled. Now, what does coiled mean? The market hates more than anything else, even more than inflation, uncertainty. The thing to watch out for, you guys, is the jobs report that is coming out in 2 weeks for September. Because if the job report comes out good, well, that's just gonna cause a spin for the Fed, right? Now, what are we doing? We don't know. I mean, they know more than I do because I don't hang out with them on Friday nights, but you get the point, right? So there's a lot at stake in the next 2 weeks with that. Now, really, what does it all matter? How does it all matter to you in this room? Interest rates over the previous 3 weeks had already decreased by 0.5% because the writing was on the wall. It was almost 100% guaranteed that the Feds would decrease the rate by 0.25%. When we had the decrease of 0.25%, they went up by about 0.25%. They're still at 13-month lows. And that means that you have approximately 2 million more people that can qualify for the purchase of a house that could not otherwise with a decrease of 3 percentage point. This equates to roughly $25,000 to $30,000 in purchasing power for you guys. Well, for your clients, we should say, right? Your buyers, and then more equity for your sellers, right? Because there's going to be more people making offers. To Steven's point earlier, where we had multiple people making offers on this house over the weekend. So the takeaway from this, wrapping it all up, I hope I'm not talking too long because
You're good.
right? You get lost in the sauce when you hear all this stuff. So hopefully the way that I'm explaining it to you makes a little more sense. That's my goal with you anyway. The takeaway, besides what we just talked about, is if you are helping a seller, how would we use this information to move the property if it's been listed for some time where you haven't had multiple offers? Would you decrease the price? Or would you offer concessions? Buy down? Maureen just came up with a great idea. So instead of dropping the sales price, an erroneous $15,000, $25,000, or $30,000, depending on what your list price is to begin with, right? Why not offer a concession on the MLS that your seller will provide to pay for your buyer's closing costs, including a rate buy down? If you did a rate buy down, then the benefit to the buyer depends on the sales price and the amount they're putting down. It would be between $400 to $800 a month. If you did a $30,000 price decrease, that's like $300 a month. Do you guys see the difference? And how it might drive more activity? Okay. And if we're dealing with on the buyer side, do we want to wait to purchase a house? You don't, because over time, it's not going to happen in a straight line, but you're going to see interest rates continue to come down. It's just not going to happen in a straight line. And one of my favorite quotes that I've always shared with you guys, no, I'm not going to quote Mark Twain. Instead, I'll share with you guys that it's not about timing the market, but rather how much time you're spending in the market that matters. So don't pay attention to what's happening today. Look at the horizon for the next 6 months. And who's the one you can rely on when you need help in that regard with your clients? As far as your partnership is concerned, that's right. Maureen had her coffee today. So any questions? Celsius has 2 milligrams of caffeine. That's great. Yeah, I had tea and Red Bull this morning. Any questions? All right, guys, have a great day.
Dustin's always available, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dustin. Thank you for that. That was awesome. Big stuff. And go to our social media and watch that video. It's a great video. Upcoming events and classes. We've got a lot of things going on. Of course, every Tuesday, we're doing Ignite sessions at 3:30 and 6:30. If you haven't done it yet or if you haven't registered, that's the QR code to register. And Ignite is great. A lot of value for agents. Momentum Monday. We've been meeting here on Monday mornings, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Just really a lot of this is business planning, setting goals, creating some accountability. So yesterday we talked about the GPS, so that was good. Thursday, I've been just doing something here, a little casual mastermind on offers, negotiations, and even presenting some case studies. So Danny's been at some of these sessions. How's that been, Danny?
It's been a good class. The requesting from the agents of the jobs was for a couple years and things have changed, but going over the contracts and yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, so make sure you come out to that. It's gonna be this Thursday, 10 a.m. 11 a.m. and the Monday, Momentum Mondays at 10 a.m. I'm excited about this. Ready Connect Concierge. So we are going to partner with Realtor.com on providing our agents leads. That means you'll have an app, and once you're in the program, you will get messages for leads that Realtor.com that has already vetted, they've qualified, and they're ready to buy or sell. If you are interested in doing this and being part of this program, please scan the QR code to register for the Zoom or in person. So it's gonna be right here at 4:30 this Wednesday, tomorrow, at 4:30 p.m. You don't want to miss this because Michael McCall, he's flying over here, I think from the East Coast. He's going to our South Bay, going to Long Beach, and he's coming to us at 4:30. It's towards the end of the day, but he's going 3 different offices. We're flying him over from the East Coast to talk about this and give you a good orientation on it because we want to make sure. I'll tell you this isn't a program for everybody. It really isn't. It sounds great, someone's giving you leads, but it really isn't a program for everybody. You want to make sure that it's the right fit for you. So come on out, and if you can't make it, I would recommend in person, but if you can't, it will be on Zoom, but you must attend this to be part of the program. Any questions on this? It's like Zillow Flex, but even better leads, okay? And of course, Jason Abrams, October 6th, tickets are required. You don't want to miss this one, guys. It's about $28 for the ticket at the LAX Renaissance Hotel. You don't want to. Jason's flying over here from Austin, Texas. So this is going to be a great class. I'm so excited about Jason. Anytime I get a chance to watch Jason speak, I'm always there. He's great. Brokers Caravan, October 28th after the team meeting. So make sure you register for it. You got to RSVP using that QR code as well. Let me just move this out of the way. Okay, so make sure you RSVP for Dustin's Broker Caravan, and I'm RSVPing right now for it.
Sweet.
I'll be on there.
Be fun. Lots of lottery tickets and snacks and fun stuff.
All right, so I want to welcome some new faces. We want to welcome one of our newer agents here, Camila Fisher. She's right here. Let's give her a hand. Go, give her a big welcome. Camila, and sorry to put you on the spot, but can you just share like one fact about you or anything that you want to share with the group so that we can just get to know you just a little bit more?
Well, I just got my regular license this week, and we're local to PV. I have 3 kids, and my family has a commercial property, so I wanted to get into the buying, selling side of it as well, so I can understand it a little better.
Awesome, thank you. Let's give her a hand. Let's give her a big hand. And also, we're excited to have Wendy, Rich Soto, and her team here. We got Ashley and Rachel and Theodore too. Man, little Theodore, her grandson, he's been at the office. So let's give Wendy a hand.
We're super excited to be here and be part of this office.
Good, awesome. And Wendy's gonna go across on the other side of our office. Will be there. Wendy's been an agent for very long time, so she's gonna bring incredible value to our market center. So we are so excited about that as well. So love it. You know, and I was meeting with an EXP agent yesterday for coffee, and she said, "Well, isn't Keller Williams just for newer agents?" I said, "Well, I'm glad you brought that up. By the way, that's a great way to handle an objection. You say, I'm so glad you brought that up." I always respond with that. And you're right. We have a great training calendar. It's great for agents. We got Ignite, we got all these things. It's awesome for newer agents. But I'll tell you this, one of the things that got me to KW is when I really looked into the agents at KW, some of the top agents in the entire country were part of KW. Some of the top agents in the South Bay are part of KW, and Wendy is no exception. So we're just so glad you're here. We're honored to partner with you, Wendy. Thank you. And guys, I always love celebrating big wins. And as you guys know, I mean, at KW, we are a capping model, which means we have a cap. Until when you reach that cap in your anniversary year, within 12 months, you keep 100% of your commission. And it's a true cap. Other brokerages that advertise this, capping model, there's still a transaction fee with every transaction that you close, but we have a true cap. But not only is that a great thing to celebrate, but it's a great achievement. And so you guys know what we like to do here. We like to give championship rings for our cappers. Look at that. It's nice little case, got diamonds all around it and everything. So I want to welcome Brooke. Come on up, Brooke. Brooke, at our capper for this year. Any speech or anything you want to share?
Wear it or admire it with pride.
Yes. Can we take a
It was
picture?
also her birthday last week.
Tamara, can you take a picture from over here, please?
Thank you. Happy late birthday.
Oh, let's take a quick picture. Championship ring right here. Are you gonna wear it out tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, she's gonna wear it out tonight. Okay, let's take a picture right here. Awesome. Congratulations. Oh, let's get right. Hang on. All right. And of course, too, we always want to welcome newer agents to our brokerage. All you got to do is start a group chat with me. Any agent that you have that you want to introduce to our company, I'd love to have a conversation with them. And of course, follow us on social media. That's our QR code up there. Now, before we go any deeper, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go through this AI stuff, and then, by the way, is it okay if our team meeting will still end at about 10:30? But for those that want to stick around, I actually want to talk a little bit about the Compass Anywhere merger. You guys heard about that?
Yes.
Okay, so if you guys want to stick around, if you guys want to go, you guys can go, but I want to squeeze that in there because that's a big topic. But I wanted to go into a little bit of AI. How many of you guys were here for the AI class last week? Was that pretty good? It's pretty good. So what I wanted to do is I want to dive a little bit deeper into this whole AI stuff because I'm loving it. And one of the things that they talked about was something really interesting. Redfin now is doing something called redesign, Redfin redesign. There are certain listings, not every listing, but certain listings where they're allowing with AI for you to get any kind of listing photo and turn it around. You're like, okay, look at this. I want to change the walls. I want to change the floor. I want to see what the kitchen would look like if I were to change the countertops or the drapes. And so you're able to, any buyer is able to go on Redfin redesign, and there's a redesign button. Very few listings are having it, not a lot, definitely not all. But there, if you see a redesign button, you're able to do all this stuff. So it also gets you thinking, well, what can you do as an agent for any listing? So, I went into my MLS. Let's say I just search for a property here, and then let me see. I'm gonna look for something that has pictures. I'm just kind of doing this on the fly. Okay, why not this one? What do you guys think of this one? This one might work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on my desktop, and I'm gonna go into Google Gemini. How many of you guys have used Google Gemini before? Pretty good. ChatGPT, just like ChatGPT. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just put this right into my Google Gemini, and I'm gonna enter a prompt. And we're gonna do this a few different times. Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna say, stage this living room with modern furniture and let's see, paintings. What else? We have paintings,
And rugs.
paintings, and rugs. And let's see what it comes up with. Hopefully, this is not a big fail in front of everybody. Hold on, I'm doing this on the fly. Okay, now it's going to give me my stage living room.
Interesting.
Okay, so now with this, are you able to, number one, I mean, you're showing your sellers the value of staging. Yes? I mean, you're going to see a big difference between this photo and the other photo. Also, too, what if your buyer's like, it looks okay, but it just feels a little cold in here. Well, what if you were to show this to your buyers, or even have this on your tablet and you're showing this property, you just saved all these photos in your tablet, and you're like, well, let me show you what it looks like staged. And what if there's like saying, you know what, I love it, but I'm not a big fan of tile floors. I love carpet. Change the flooring to carpet. Let's see what that looks like. Say absolutely. Let's see. And there we go. Now we have carpet. So now you're actually taking photos of this living room with tile floor the way that it is. Hey, if you did nothing to it, if you added a rug, this is what it would look like. But no, I'm not a fan of tile floors. I like carpet. Oh, funny you say that. Swipe and you've got carpet, or you can even say, no problem. I can send you photos of with carpet by the end of the day today. And so we look at this as a possibility. These are the possibilities with these things. And this is the AI class kind of went over this stuff, but what was interesting about even the AI class is, yes, I mean, could this be a little misleading if these were actual listing photos? Yes, because the place doesn't actually have carpet. But I think it could be very powerful to use for a buyer saying of what's possible.
You should put a little thing in the corner though, right? Like.
You have to actually,
You could
you
just
need,
look-
you need.
Oh, disclaimers, yeah,
Could you
disclaimers.
put like on the, you
But
know,
I mean,
Yeah.
even with disclaimers on all that, I mean, we wanna have integrity in our photos, we're not gonna show that it's, hey, this is what it looks like when it really isn't.
Richard, I hate to always be the devil's advocate here and
no,
say,
you don't. You
but I
love
use it a lot, and I actually
Yeah.
vibe coded a web app this past weekend using Gemini. It's great, but you always have to pay attention, because even though you say that there are hard rules on what you cannot change, it will change walls, windows, doors, it will move them.
The integrity
So,
of the original.
yeah, you
Oh,
always have
okay.
to check it like in a very detailed way,
Okay.
because. Yeah, you can end up in a
Okay.
huge doo-doo if you don't,
Okay.
and you present it, and then you're, oh shit, like there's a door there, which was not there before.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
It will hallucinate all the time.
it hallucinates all the time, so what I did one of
Even
the,
if you define
when I was playing around with it, I said, put paintings on the walls, it actually removed the sliding door.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It removed the sliding door, so be careful of things like that.
So, and sometimes it will show the couch to fit where it doesn't fit.
Oh,
And that's a
okay.
little misleading
Okay.
information there for you, so
Right.
yeah, you have to
Okay.
be like, yeah, just use your human judgment when you do.
Decide.
Okay, so how about this?
Yeah.
I painted the
Yeah.
colors darker color.
Got it.
How about? Look, I'm just playing around with it. Instead of drapes, can you change it to plantation shutters?
So I don't screw around.
So far, it's been pretty good, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, the last thing I want to show you is a pretty cool one. Okay, so here we go. One of them it did, but it didn't do the other one. So I might throw in there, hey, make sure you change the second window. Now, how many of you guys do twilight photos? Does your photographer charge you extra for twilight photos? Yeah, mine does. Mine, I don't know what it is, $150, $200. Cause they're taking pictures during the day, and then they're going back in the evening to take photos. So what if I were to,
You can go on anybody's list here, right? It's not your own.
well, I'm just using this as an example, but I would go into someone, oh yeah, so if you're showing this to a buyer,
Right, and what it can, exactly.
what it could look like. I'll find a really good
I
example.
think you could take that to put this.
And it shows me.
Technology.
Let me see, oh, you know what, I'll do,
Can chat do this or just Gemini?
oh yeah, both for sure. Should we go Palos Verdes?
Sure.
I'll show one more cool little trick. And I'm just gonna go because I want to just find a really good exterior.
When we do this.
Guys, well, what is with you guys in ocean views, huh? Okay, well, that's already a twilight photo, so let's go Torrance. Okay, how about just this? Let's see if this one works. So if I'm gonna take this. And I'm gonna put this into Gemini. And I'm gonna ask for twilight photos. So I'm gonna change this photo so that it's in the evening time. There's my $200 that I saved on
Right.
ordering twilight photos,
And
guys.
time.
And time. So what is that? How does that look?
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
And it helps preserve the logo.
Probably there's not all the lights are there, by the way, but.
During
It's illuminating some of the lights for sure.
show me this photo during sunrise. I'm just playing around with it again. I mean, you're just sitting here playing around with it. It's like my wife is like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like all day
It's-
for hours on the laptop.
It's fun. Yeah.
It is so fun, guys. Kind of. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
No.
it looks the same.
yeah,
But that sunrise.
early morning.
How about this? Well, you know what I'm gonna do? Change the original photo to a rainy day. Who knows? Let's see. Let's play around with it now.
Yeah.
Well, the rain is kind of weird.
I mean, this is just to play around. I don't know if you want to use that as a listing photo.
Honest.
But there you go. There you go. There you go.
Unbelievable. Yeah, very-
Pretty cool, isn't it? So the possibilities are there. I mean, one thing that like I said, the two things that I found incredibly useful for this is showing your buyers of possibilities of, okay, let's change the carpet to flooring. I've been showing a property to a buyer and they're like, I don't want carpet, and
Yeah.
no matter how many times you tell a buyer, you can only do so much about how they feel when they see carpet and they don't like carpet. So now you're really showing them with AI what it could look like with hardwood floors. Oh, I one of them I think I did change this light laminate, it was a light color, to a darker, like a cherry wood floor. Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. You can say match this with the cabinets. You could do all this. So again, disclaimer, this is AI, but these are the things that are possible. Any questions on these AI tools? The prompts are really important, by the way. So, you want to just get good at prompts. If you want to join our WhatsApp group on AI prompts, we just started one within our offices. Reach out to me, send me a text, I'll add you to it right away on prompts. All right, for the last 5 minutes, I do want to talk about a little bit. How many of you guys have heard the news about Compass? And anyone? Okay. Questions on it? Like you guys are the stock tanked. Compasses thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Do you know what Anywhere stock did?
Went up.
It went up,
Yeah.
shot up. So I mean, that tells you it might have been anywhere when that.
Losers.
Yeah, there's winners and losers in all this. But for those of you that don't know, so Anywhere, that brand Anywhere, it actually started off as what was it called something headquarters or something. It was a very different name, and they started off in the hotel business. So they own Howard Johnson, Quality Inn, a lot of these smaller hotel or bigger hotel chains actually. And then they started going into, okay, let's buy some publications. They own Better Homes and Garden. And then they started into buying real estate brokerages. So they actually own the bigger ones are Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, and then you also have some like Corcoran Group and some smaller brokerages as well. So what they did, it was not a cash deal, it was all in stock. So keep that in mind, all stock deal, shareholders are, benefiting from this and some are not benefiting from this. Whatever their vision is, I mean, we don't really know. Whatever's gonna happen from it, I mean, we don't know for sure. But one thing that we can tell you is they're definitely trying to combine these brands to compete into something bigger. Now, the thing that we're unsure about is where is the direction gonna, is it gonna be more of a Compass model? Is it gonna be more of a Sotheby's model? It's gonna be more of a Century 21 gold jacket model? And what's gonna happen there with everywhere from technology, from support, the local level, the national level, all this sort of stuff. And I couldn't help but think of one thing, and this isn't something that like leadership said to us or anything like that. And we did talk a lot about it yesterday in our national leadership call, but I couldn't help but think about this. How many agents do you think at Century 21 were asked about this decision? Zero. How many agents at Sotheby's were asked about this? None. In fact, that EXP agent that I met with yesterday for coffee, she actually reached out to me because she was thinking about going back to Sotheby's where she was. And then this kind of stopped her in her tracks. And she sends me a text with this article. Did you hear about this? And it's like, I did hear about it. Hey, by the way, let's have coffee. So we actually had coffee across the street. And she's like, so I was thinking about going back to Sotheby's. EXP wasn't what I thought it was. I've heard that many times. It really wasn't what I thought it was. I was thinking about going back and I see this article. I thought I'd ask you about it, what you thought. And so I shared my thoughts. And here's the thing that just came to mind. No Compass agents were asked about this. No Sotheby's agents were asked about this. It tells me that this decision and these companies and this culture cared more about its shareholders than it did about its agents. I couldn't help but think about that. Yeah, they were looking at what kind of value that we could bring to our shareholders, not our individual agents. Because believe me, if they care more about the agents, they'd be having ALC meetings or international ALC meetings, which is what KW does. KW has an international ALC as well for major decisions like this. And so it made me just so incredibly proud to be part of a company that's always been agent focused, where the agent is at the top. When I came here to this company 4 years ago, I was in a leadership role, and then they, I went to an all-day, I guess, training, you call it, with Mark Willis, who was a previous president. And he said to me, and he was saying to us all this: never ever look at agents as just agents. This is a company where the agents are at the top of the food chain. They're at the top of the pyramid, and it will never change. This will always be an agent-focused company. We are here to help agents with their brands. We're here to help agents with their businesses. So when I hear Compass, or believe me, I have a lot of Compass friends. Nothing bad to say about the company. Nothing bad to say about Sotheby's or Century 21. They're doing something right because they've been in the business for a very long period. But like I said, I couldn't help but thinking the things that I was thinking, and my Compass friends or Sotheby's friends were posting, "Oh, this is such a great thing. This is so great for our brand. We're gonna have the largest real estate brand in the business. What a great thing." Guys, I'll tell you this. At KW, and it's always been this way, KW cares more about your brand, not KW's brand. Care more about your logo, your value proposition, what you want to do in your business, not about just building and swallowing up other brands out there to bring up KW's brand. It's all about your brand. So I hope that you guys are really proud to be part of a company with that kind of strong vision, because I certainly am. So with all the noise that's happening, I'm already getting calls from those agents and those brokerages, because there's definitely a big difference in the way that our vision has always been, that Gary Keller has always carried this company. It's all about your brand. It's all about the agents. Are we happy here, guys?
Yeah.
Yes. So let's give ourselves a hand for being part of this great company. Thank you guys for joining, and we ended up ending on time. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys like the AI stuff too? AI stuff was good. Go out there, try it out, guys. For your next showing, try out the AI tools. Have a great one, guys. Thank you, Zoom. See you guys.